Hello, this is John Graves, author of The 7% Solution and editor of TheRetirementJournal.com. Let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of mathematical modeling for securities. If you're going to make investments, you're going to put your capital at risk. When you put your capital at risk, you expect a certain reward in exchange for taking that risk. One way to attempt to gauge that risk is mathematical models. Let's recall what Ben Graham said about the markets back in 1934. He said, "Mr. Market comes to my door each day and offers me a price to buy or sell something that I may want to own or get rid of. That is his entire function, to offer me the price. Some days he may be rational, other days he may be giddy, analytic, deceitful, fearful, mad, irrational, or just plain crazy. It is entirely my discretion as to whether I accept his price or simply close the door on him. Buying and selling is entirely at my discretion." Remember Ben Graham's words. The market does not drive your decisions. You make those decisions yourself. One of the ways to make those decisions is to attempt to do so with a mathematical model. These models assume rational behavior, and when Mr. Market is rational, the models tend to work quite well. For example, a simple model might be what's called a stop loss. You might buy a security at $20 a share, willing to accept the loss of 10% of that capital. If that stock goes down to $18 a share, your computer tells you that, and you pull away. You sell it at 18. You accept the fact you've made a mistake. My bad. But that's a stop loss. It's a very simple mathematical model. More complex models may have to do with moving averages, Bollinger Bands, and even more complex approaches, econometrics. If you have millions of dollars, you can even buy a few dozen servers, put them next to Wall Street, and try to make money on the movement of hundredths or tenths of a cent in the price of a stock. These people are called high-speed traders. Their intent is simply to make money by manipulating the market. Technical analysis is the broad definition of mathematical models. As opposed to technical analysis, you have fundamentals. Fundamental analysis steps back from the marketplace and looks at the fundamentals of the product or service that a company may provide, looks at its financial statements, at its management team, at how it spends money and makes decisions based upon more basic assumptions. Remember when we were children, we played with models. Ship models or car models, or little girls played with dolls. Those models were approximations of reality. The dolls didn't actually cry. The ships didn't actually kill the bad guys. So too with mathematical models. They are guidelines. They are reference points. They are ideas with which we approach the market. No model works perfectly all the time. This year in 2011, ask Mr. Gross from PIMCO, or Mr. Ekman, or Mr. Simon, who are hedge fund managers. They have lost tens of billions of dollars, clearly and precisely following their models. Every year, the smartest on Wall Street make a lot of money, and every year the very smartest on Wall Street lose a lot of money. In both cases, typically by following mathematical models. If we forget that the models are not reality, if we think that they are the real world, that's when we make a mistake. So, if you're going to use a mathematical model, do so with discretion and follow your heart as well as your mind. Thank you.